today we're going to be talking about different things that I give my rabbits on a day or a month or a week basis for snacks. I try not to give my rabbits a whole lot of different things that have a lot of sugars in them because they need to have a good diet, but I always ask, what can you give your rabbits for snacks? Now everybody sees this a little bit different, so you might want to go and do research on Google or go and they usually have a different thing, or maybe some people are different on YouTube here, so you can check out them too. But what we give our rabbits are something totally different than some other people, so you got to kind of keep that into perspective too. But one of the things that we do give our rabbits on probably a daily basis is dun 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 hay. We give our rabbits every day. I keep on itching my nose because I am a sneezer-holic when it comes to hay and different things. So when you see my videos and I'm touching hay or in the rabbit barn, you'll see me doing this. It's because I tend to do that, so I apologize for that. But we give our rabbits hay, and we always give them that every single day. Hay is one of the most important things to give your rabbits, so make sure you always give them hay every single day. If you don't give them hay in this type of form, is in just regular hay, you can also go to the feed mill or Fleet Farm or something like that, and you can give them pellet hay. Now pellet hay, I also do a lot of pellet hay because of my sneezers and things like that. So we kind of keep the hay at the minimum in my barn. So I do give the rabbits this. And I noticed that if you are a person that likes to or has had in the past sneezing and kind of allergy situations, I've noticed that the pellet hay is also good. But I also want to give them the pellet hay, and I also want to give my rabbits this kind of hay because that's just kind of how I am. So what I do is I made the do-it-yourself hay kind of holders, and I've noticed since I've been doing that, and I'll put the link down on the bottom for the video that I did for that. But I did notice that when I was using them, and I still am because the rabbits absolutely love them more than anything, that I don't sneeze a whole lot and I don't notice any issues with it. So what I do is I put just a little bit for the day in that little area of just regular hay, and I noticed that it was tremendously huge in what I'm doing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you exactly some of the things that are kind of a wise tale things with rabbits, and some things that I've noticed that are a little bit different. And today, yes, I am in my kitchen because it's blasted hot outside, and I picked some greens that I use, and look, they're already kind of wilted from being outside. So I wanted to kind of make sure that you guys know that I am in my kitchen because of that. And then I wanted to show you some different things. So let's start off with the greens that I do give my rabbits every day in the summer, because in the summer I can go pick them in my backyard. Now, as you can tell, some of these are nasty because of being outside, but they were vibrant, and when I do give them to my rabbits, they do. But I do go and pick dandelion greens. Now the dandelion greens, if you look at them, they're like they got a long stem. If you look at them, it's kind of like you can see that they're kind of reddish. I'll see if my camera will go into it so you can see kind of what it looks like. So hopefully you can see that. And then you can see, now the dandelion greens are always there and sometime through the whole entire summer, but you don't see the dandelions. You can also give the dandelions to them. I give them the whole dandelion plus the dandelion stem, and then I also give them the greens. Now through the whole summer the greens are there, so I always give them the greens probably every other day because I don't want them to get diarrhea or mushy poop. I was giving them to them every day, and I noticed that the poop was getting a little bit mushy, so I went down to every other day to maybe 2 times a week within a 7-day span, and I just kind of watch their poop to see what it is, because you don't want to get your rabbits to have mushy poop. So here's the dandelion greens I give them, and then when I see that they have dandelions, I also pick the dandelions, but right now I didn't see any dandelions out there, so I always give them the dandelions. I also, there is polenta, I think it's called, and it looks like this. It's just a little teeny tiny. You can get really big ones too. Let me see if I can find a big one in this mess of stuff. And sometimes I always pick them so they don't get really big for me, because I don't have like a huge variety of them, like a big, so they can't stand too much. But I do know that when I do pick them, these are the kind of sizes, so I just give them a couple of them. But here's kind of what it looks like. Oops, see if I can get it. I want to get the leaf also. So I'm going to bring it in a little bit closer and see if my camera can show you exactly what it is. Okay, so let's find a good one. Really good. There you go. So the dandelion greens, you can see in the back, I want to kind of, and then you have it to where the stem is a little bit longer. And then if you look, the stem, I just want to put something in the back so you can see the stem. Some of it, if you look in the front and the back, it's kind of like a red color, a reddish color. So we do give them to them. So I do give the dandelion greens and the dandelions to them. I do give them the polenta. It's called, or polenta, I think it's called polenta. I do give them to them. I give them like probably 2 of these, maybe 2 to 3 of these. And then if I do see any dandelions, I do give them that, because they are, and they love it. And then I also give them clove, and this is what the clove looks like. Let me see if I can find one that is in good condition to show you, since they're all kind of croaking here. But let's see if we can find. There you go. So the clove looks like this. Now make sure it is the purple kind of clove, not the white clove. So I want to make sure that I do that. It is the purple clove, and I will put the description of what it is down below, but it is the different cloves. You can give them the whole entire kind of stem. You can give them the leaves, and you also can give them the cloves. Now I would have had the cloves, but I gave it to them last week, so, and I don't have very much of these, so I do kind of want to keep as much as I can, and I'm going to go and find some to put in my garden for my rabbits there. So here's another. Now when I also get asked too, I'm looking at the different things, hey Crystal, can you give a rabbit them when you see that it has like a hole in it? Yeah, you can. You can give it to them. You want to make sure, sometimes even I'll take it like this and I'll just give it to them like that if I feel, so I give it to them just kind of crunched off. If I feel that it's a little bit kind of nasty, then I do that. But other than that, they like it. They don't care. Just make sure there is no bugs in it. Make sure there's no mites in it. You know, you can kind of see. If you see one, let's see if I see one. Here's one I bring in just for you guys. I will not give my rabbits these, just so you know. Let's see. Yeah, see, I won't give my rabbits that. That's just me. I'd want my rabbits to have the best and healthy kind of situation, so I kind of be very careful. Like same with this thing here. I kind of don't give it to them. I just feel a little bit kind of bad when that happens, and I just feel like sometimes that, you know, what would, and I always put in, this is the perspective that I always use, would you eat it? If you wouldn't eat it, I'm not going to give it to my rabbits. My rabbits are my pets, So I'm not going to give it to my rabbits. Even though I do breed them and they are having that also, would you give it to a pregnant person? Probably not. So you kind of got to make sure that that kind of always is going on. My cat is over here going, ooh, I see something on the floor. So she's making noise. So that's the noise that you hear. But yeah, so you kind of want to just kind of make sure and kind of put it in perspective of would you eat it? And stuff like that. So, so I also get, like I said, the greens. So that's a good thing. I also give my rabbits now I also give my rabbits the curly parsley. So curly parsley looks like perfect. There you go. Curly parsley. They do like this. I don't give them the whole bunch. What I do is I just give them a couple of like this much. So I don't give them too much. So it's probably maybe 3 or 4 stems of this. You do not want your rabbit to get sick. So you want to make sure that you kind of know kind of what's going on with the parsley and all of the mixed greens. So you kind of do that. I also will give my rabbits a little bit of a banana. Now this is kind of a smoky yuki banana, but that's the only one I have. But I do give my bananas, I give them very, very little of bananas, because bananas can cause sugar issues too, but they say bananas are very, very, very healthy. So I do give my, just a little, like if I give it to them, because I'm going to go out and give it to them, I'll give them probably, and since this is mushy, I probably just give them a little bit like this. So just a little chunk like that. And then I also give my rabbits, now this is very, 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 very little. Now I want to tell you, I give them a little bit of apples and a little bit of carrots. Now I want to tell you the apples and the carrots have a sugar in them that rabbits have an issue sometimes digesting. If you give them too much, they can get sugar diabetes just like humans can. So you want to be very careful when you do give your rabbits the carrots. So what I do is I just give them like a carrot that's just a little carrot, and then I just give them a few pieces, just tiny pieces of the apples, so that way that I know my rabbits aren't getting too much. I would rather give them greens than give them that, but they do like the vegetables and they like the fruits, so I want to give them a little bit. So I do give them just a tiny bit of this. So just to let you guys know that's what I do with that. And I do, like I said, put it all in a little bowl, and then I just go out and I just give it to my rabbits as like I'll go, oh, okay, she wants, you know, 2 of these, 3 of these, whatever, and they're all in a bowl. So then that way that it's just easier for me, and then I just put the greens right in the bowl and I go do that. Now, what I also do is I put these in a little bowl next to them, so they have it. But then I also make treat bags. Now I make treat bags probably once every, so I'd say once a week. I do this. Now sometimes I'll just do it with just hay. I'll just put hay in it, and then that will also help with the rabbits. But let's show you exactly what I do. So I take about, and they love this, they absolutely love it. So about just a little, like a crunch of hay like this, just a handful of hay, and I throw the handful of hay in here. So it's just like this, okay? And then sometimes, like for instance, if I know that I'm gonna feed my rabbits, like this kind of stuff, I'll just put like the parsley, I'll just crinkle up the parsley into little bits, and then I'll stick the parsley in the bag. So then you'll do that. I will not put the other, like the carrots and stuff in there, because I don't want them to do that. And it all depends on age. Now, when my ones that can get like this kind of stuff, and I'll show you the ages in just a minute, because I want to make sure that it depends on the age. Like well, okay, so my rabbits that are like younger than 8 weeks, they do not get this stuff. They can have a little bit if they're out of the nest box and they can share with their mom, but other than that, they do not get this. When I do, if they are under 8 weeks, I will make a bag just of hay. Just completely 100% hay. And then I'll do that. And I'll bring the mom out to a different place, a separate place, like the running place. And I'll give her her bag in the running place. And she'll play with it for a while. And that's how we do make sure the moms get it and the babies don't. Now, when they open their eyes and they're running around and things like that before they're 8 weeks, I do not give them this. But 8 weeks, from 8 weeks on to like a couple, like, okay, so 8 weeks to about, I'm guessing, let me see, so 8 weeks, so 3 months, 4 months old. So 4 months to 8 weeks to 4 months old, I give them just hay, a little bit of parsley they can have. Then I give them a little bit of oats. I just sprinkle a little bit of oats in there, okay, and I'll put a picture of the oats in there. And then I just put a few little bits of their own food, and I sprinkle a little bit of their own food in there. That way that gives them a little bit, and that's all I give them. And then I just go like this, okay, and then I just go like this. And they got a little sack, and they use it, and I throw it in their cage, and they use it as air hockey and stuff like that. Now, from the, like, 4 months on, then is what I do, because it's a different age group, so the moms, they get theirs at a separate time when the babies are running around. You know, sometimes I'll keep the mom in the cage and the mom can have them. Then is what I do for the moms is I also put the oats in. So I'll put a little bit more oats in because they can have a little bit more, okay? Then I will put a little bit more food, you know, just like a couple, you know, food in there. Then I put just a tiny, tiny bit of their hay pellets. So they just get a little tiny hay pellets. Then at Walmart, I get this organics stuff, and I will show you. It's in one of my other links of what I use. And I will take a picture of it and show you. And I put a little bit of that in there. Just a little bit, okay? And then I also put a little bit of the, there you go. Not the craisins. Now, not raisins. They're different. These are craisins. And craisins are good for rabbits. And I'll put like 5 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. And if they have, and then I'll put 5 in there. And then I'll just stick it like this. Same thing. And I'll put it in the babies, the cages that are not babies. Now the babies are out running around. I'll throw it in the mom's cage, let her hang on to it. Sometimes I'll just open, and the babies, they don't care if they're open or not, but sometimes the moms, because I want to hurry up and get them to eat, is I'll just open it a little bit, and they can smell all of this stuff and all of that in here, and they go wild. And then I know that they're eating hay and they got it all done. By the time that she's ripping it open, there's only hay in here. And then I just go and look, and I'll take the hay out of the cage, and I'll stick it in their hay bin after they're done playing with it. And they love it. They absolutely love it. So I'm hoping this helped you and to get you kind of to know exactly what it is. But like I said, I do get my oats at the oat shop, or at a feed mill. Here's the oats. And they're nice and cold right now because I do put them in the freezer so they stay nice and awesome for the rabbits, because we want organic, good stuff. Now these are organic oats. There's nothing bad about them. Then this here is all Timothy, 100% Timothy pellets. So that's a good thing. Then we got the Row and Pen Pals food, which I'm going to probably go right to Pen Pals and do straight Pen Pals for a while to see